Alright, we back out here in the shop. We got some work to do on the S10. I had to get some new tires and went to do a tire rotation. I got some new ones, putting front ones on the back and whatnot. But I noticed my passenger side axle seal was leaking. So while I was doing it, and I guess you can't really tell because the other tire's on the front. But it's not really a bad job, about a 45-minute job. It's just super nasty. You got to pop off the differential cover to get to the spider gears, to get the little pin out that holds in the C-clips. So just dirty, nasty. Let me flip this around and show you what we're doing. Alright, this is the side in question. I don't think you're going to be able to see in there, but you can, no, you can't. Yeah, right there. Okay. This right here is leaking this little bit of seal, just a slight drip right there. So we're going to have to address that. I don't want to put this back together when I noticed it was leaking. You know, it can't do that, because all you're going to do is you're going to turn around and be tearing it back apart, and either tear it back apart to fix it, take it to somebody to fix, or you're going to blow your rear end out, run it out of oil, and then I don't want to have to buy a whole new rear end. So it's cheaper. These were 20 bucks. They were 19, so 20 bucks. They were just under 10 bucks for a seal, and it's just a little bit of time. So it's not that, like I said, take about 45 minutes to do this. I'm going to do a brake job too. I noticed this side's wearing on my pads, and this side still looks good. And same thing on the driver's side. I noticed the back pad, where it's the front on that one. See, this one looks like a brand new pad. I don't know if I had them burst. I think the big pad's supposed to be on the back and the little pad's supposed to be on the front, and that's my difference. I got this one messed up, I think. Anywho, this side's good. So, but we're going to change the pads and we're going to change the seals on both axles today. I need to get the rear end cleaned off. We'll get some of the gunk and kind of take a wire brush, get it all cleaned under here before I pop that pan off and get the dirty part over with. Alright, let me get busy. I'm extremely dirty. But anyways, alright. So where I'm at, I got the rear end pretty much not 100% clean. When I get the diff off, I can get that a little bit cleaner. But boy, this thing was super nasty. But a little tip ahead of time is you can take out the two bolts here that hold on the brake line and take a screwdriver and lift up on your tabs, and then it'll allow you to give you enough room to move your brake lines and put them up top right here so they'll be out of the way. Now all of these bolts are 1.5 inches for me, which this is a 94 S10. So like I said, all my bolts are 1.5 inches. So we're going to get the diff off, or get the inspection cover off, and go from there. Alright, there's your little pin. No, it's not really a pin. I guess it is a pin. This is what holds the axle in. You got a little bolt right here. It's a 5/16 little bolt. So that'll loosen this up and allow you to slide this out. And then you push the axles in, and then that'll release the C-clips to get it to drop. So you know, you rotate your axle down. Do this is kind of like that. That way you can still slide it out, and it'll be out of the way. Everything in mine looks good. So like I said, this is the 5/16 bolt. And then this little rod will slide out. Then you push your axles in and the C-clip will drop out. Pretty simple, just dirty. My oil, good thing I am doing this, my oil smells nasty. Alright, I couldn't do it and show you at the same time. That's what the seal looks like right there. It's got a little lip on it. Comes up. What you need to do is you take a pry bar and you catch it just on the inside, right here on this lip. And then you just work it until it, you know, until you get it to pop loose. It's the only way to get them out that I know of. So you just boop, just be careful and do not get on your bearing. Inspect your bearing, you make sure it's good, which mine are good, and I have no bad spots, no lips rubbing on here. I don't catch nothing, so my axles are still good, or this axle. I'm pretty sure the other ones is good. I'm doing one at a time. I got to go get new seals. Of course, as it always happens, the parts house gave me the wrong stuff. So it is what it is. Let me run to the parts house. Alright, that's the new seal in place right there. I don't have a tool to do this. There is a tool to put your seals in there because you want to make sure it's nice and flat right there all the way around. I got a little piece of pipe fitting. I don't know if it fits it perfectly. So that's what I used to make sure I knocked it all in evenly. Show you the numbers on these here, because I had to get some. They didn't have none at the parts house for 2-wheel drive. They had them for 4-wheel drive, but they're the exact same part for the rear right there. The parts number, where's it at? Right there. I got mine at O'Reilly's. So, all right, well, cool beans. I got some shoes too while I'm there, so I'm gonna be doing a brake job. All right, let me get this other axle. Put this axle back in. Get this other one out. Show you all that. You see right there, the tip of the axle, right there. Right there is the C-clip. Once you push in, it allows you to get it out, and when you put it back in, shit. Hey, Dad, you come pull this axle back out for me?
Yeah. 50 bucks.
50 bucks, damn. Just ease it out. There it is. All right, cool beans. Thank you. Alright, on your bolt here, on your reassembly, I use a little Loctite, a little green. Loctite, you can use blue or green. Green semi, that's what I used. Just to be, make sure it doesn't come back out, but do not put red Loctite on this, because you want to be able to get it back off if you need to. If you put red on it, oh boy. But anywho, alright, there's a little tip. Make sure you put a little Loctite on that bolt. That way it does not back out on you. That is bad. So, alright, cool beans. Alright, there you go. I guess I should have showed y'all. Make sure before you put your inspection plate back on, you got it cleaned. That end, the rear end, all cleaned out. I went ahead and buffed the inside of this out, so got it all cleaned and put back on. I didn't use a gasket. I used a black gasket maker, a resist oil. I ain't never really had a whole lot of luck with the gasket sealing off, so I just find it better to get up on it for you. I'll show you. Right, here it is. You just want to get the gasket maker resist oil to resist oil, so that way it won't let the oil go by it. So, but before you do it, when you put it on there, you need to let it set for 10-15 minutes. Let it dry before you fill it back up with oil. Give it 30 minutes or so, something like that, I guess. Be the best. But anyways, I got to do some brakes. But that's that done. I got 2 new seals in on here. That's back in, so that's not too bad. And this one's done. This was the one that was leaking, but we're all good. All right, well, cool beans. I got a brake job to do. I hope y'all taters enjoy, and I'll holler at y'all later.
Run down, when to go.
All right, here's the brake job I got to do. I already have my drums off, but if your drums are sticking like mine stick right here, I usually put some PP blaster on it, and you just got to work it back and forth. Take a plier and grab your springs and twist, and then poop, and they come right off.
Yeah, there's one.
What?
Hang on a minute. We got one of those. We got that spring.
Well, I mean, regular pliers work.
Well, that's the way I do it. I always pull them up that we got.
Yeah, you just grab right here, and it lines up, and you twist. I got to use both hands and keep the little pin from moving with it. But anywho, all right, there's all our pieces. The rod goes right there with the other spring on it, pushes back. Alright, well, cool beans. Right. Now, what I had messed up a while ago, the big goes to the back, a little to the front. Difference in the pad, so that's what was messed up on this side. Anyway, alright. Just as you took it all apart, we're going to put it all back together that way. It feels good. Alright, well, cool beans. Let me put all this back together now. Alright, now this is your little spot for your e-brake. The little pin slides in there, then this will slide back in there, and then that locks all that back together. And then you have the spring, ties all this together here. Alright, well, cool beans. Alright, I wish I had 2 hands, or 4 hands rather. Alright, let's start over. Alright, I hate drum brake jobs. They're so aggravating, but there it is. This side's done. Got my spring back in, my adjusters all the way down. We have to adjust our brakes once we put our drum back on. Clips on, the springs back on. Don't forget your spring under here, and what latches under there. She looks good. E-brake stuff's on. Alright, cool beans. One more to go. Come back here and show this is all I use right here is a pair of pliers and a flat screwdriver to get all of this apart. So, you know, it's aggravating, but pretty simple to do. So, but like I said, though, it's aggravating. All right, let me get this side done. Show y'all this. This is the side, the passenger side, which I put on. It was installed right. The other side, I didn't even pay attention to it when I did it. But the big pad goes to the back and a little pad to the front for the emergency. But you see how much pad's left on that? This is the driver's side. The big pad's good because it was in the front. Look at the back. This was in the bad. I'm lucky it didn't start tearing up my rotor or my drum. But this one was installed wrong. It was on the back, and it was just not too small to stop the rotation and the speed of the tires. I think I did get into it, but I didn't feel these grooves here on that. Guess I'm lucky. Lucky. Alright, well, cool beans. I got this one tore all the way down, and putting the new ones on, paying attention to which way I do it this time. Alright, there's the last one. One a little faster than the other one. Alright, next step is we get our drums on, and then we gotta adjust the brakes out. Little tool here to adjust it out until you know they don't come off that, you know, you just want them just a touch where they don't come off real easy. Alright, this is the little tool you use. You reach back here in your little, I can't really see, there's a hole in the back of you. Back here you can reach the little adjustment, and it's down. You want your drums just to be, not, you get them on, but you got to just a little bit. You don't want them tight at all. So you want a little play in it. That way you can get your drums still on and off. Alright, cool beans. Let me finish up here. Here we go. The last thing is 80/90 gear oil. That's what our this truck takes in the rear by factory is 80/90. So it took two and a half bottles to get the rear end filled back up from empty, but we are all done. I had to paint something on there. I cleaned the inspection cover too good, so I was like, what the heck, I might as well throw a little paint on here. I was going to paint the whole rear end, but I don't want to get paint everywhere else. One day I'll probably end up taking this thing out, and then I'll do it. Alright, well, cool beans. There she is. I hope y'all enjoy, and I'll holler at y'all taters later.